Hey, Divine Ones, it's LATOYA Okia, your life coach and your motivational speaker, and I'm coming to you on another episode of the Divine Destiny with LATOYA podcast. Remember that you can listen to the podcast from all major podcast platforms like iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. It's everywhere where podcasts are played. So if you on the go and you just need a little audio to listen to, then go on over to one of them podcast apps and download the Divine Destiny with LATOYA podcast today. Okay, we are in the second season of the podcast, and I'm just so excited about this new direction that God is taking us in. As you know, lately in this season, I've been speaking to my queens, and we're gonna keep it right on going on this episode as well. I want to tell y'all to make sure you go to my website, IamLatoyaOkia.com. When you go to the website, there are so many things there for y'all. There's merchandise for you to buy. I have t-shirts, neck gaiters, coffee mugs. There are books there for you to buy. You can get my latest book, which is called Beast Mode. It's a self-development book about finding your purpose, operating in your gifts, and walking in your divine destiny and making no apologies for it. Okay, do it in straight up beast mode. So get your Beast Mode book today. Book your session today. I have a promo package that I'm running. You can lock in 4 sessions at a discounted price. You can't beat that, baby. But you got to go to the website to see what the price is, okay? So you get a discounted price when you book 4 sessions at one time. So for all my ladies, I also have the Divine VIP monthly mentorship program, and that's only $10 a month. And with the mentorship program, you will receive weekly group coaching sessions on Zoom from me every Monday night. You get access to our private Facebook group, and you get daily devotional emails from me. So you can't beat that neither, baby. That's only $10. And so I just have so many resources there for you all, not only my queens, but to my kings too, because my kings got to get in beast mode too. Okay, so I love y'all so much, and I want to just make sure that I just have a lot of value out there for y'all. And to those of you that are listening to this episode from the podcast, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, I want you to make sure you go down there and click that subscribe button. Make sure you click that bell so you can get your notifications every time I upload new content to the channel. And if you're a subscriber, then you know that I upload every single day. You get that notification from your girl every day that LATOYA Okia has uploaded a video, okay? So take advantage of all of this content that's out there for y'all. Take advantage of these podcast episodes, these YouTube videos, everything that's free. Free.com, free 99. Take advantage, baby. Get it, use it, and let it bless your life. Okay. So, and take advantage of, the things that you also have to pay a little bit for too, because I'm telling you, it's going to come right back to you. When you sow into your self-development and your self-education, it betters you, it improves you, it develops you, and it comes right back to you. You get it back multiplied. Okay. So just going right on into the episode, we got all that housekeeping stuff out the way. Going on into the episode, this is what I want to talk to my queens about. This is what's on my mind tonight. I just put the kids down, just put them to bed for the night, and I just thought about y'all before I took it on in. Been a long day, but I thought about my queens, and I wanted to bring y'all this episode late tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and release it tonight. I'm not gonna wait to definitely not gonna wait to post it tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and upload it tonight. So here it is, and this is what's on my spirit. With women, we have got to learn how to love who loves us. I seen that on a comment that somebody made on Tony Gaskin's video, and there was a video that he just made that just really hit home for me. He was talking about, are men intimidated by you? And I had actually just did a video about this on my channel. We had actually me and Tony Gaskins were talking about the same topic on the same day, and I just know it was God. And I got so much revelation from what he was saying and what he was speaking, because see, I was looking at it from a woman's standpoint, but he spoke on it from a man's standpoint. And I'm gonna tell y'all, as women, we need, whenever a man starts telling you about men, no matter what you may think you know, okay, because we think we know it all, we think we know a lot, but when a man cares enough to give you the game about men, or cares enough to tell you about what men are thinking, you need to listen to him. You need to listen to him. And I think as women, well, I know as women, we be so quick to say, well, I don't know. I don't agree with that. I don't think that's true. And we just be ready to come with that beg to differ spirit. But this ain't the season for this. This ain't the season for that. This ain't the time for that. We got to humble ourselves, and we got to get this knowledge, because whatever it is as a woman that you think you know so well, it's probably not working for you. You got to look at your relationships from the past, or even look at the relationship that you in right now, or just what you have dealt with. And a lot of times I see women in the comments talking about, oh yeah, I know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And it's like, come on now, sis, everybody ain't doing what they supposed to be doing. Somebody lying. I'm just saying, somebody lying. And I was telling somebody today, I was like, what is your story? You have to have a story. You have to have a story. You got to have something that people can be able to relate to you on, because a lot of people try to portray, like not necessarily a perfect image, but they try to portray it like they just don't want to speak on anything that makes them look bad, or they don't want to speak on anything or where they got to expose themselves or expose people. But truth be told, you can't really help anybody for real until you are willing to expose yourself. And stop lying, trying to act like, I know I'm making a couple of y'all mad now, but I got to tell you the truth. Stop lying, trying to act like you got it all put together. You know now, you done struggled with something. You done dealt with something when it come to a man, when it come to, money or your finances or your health or just anything. But in particular on this episode, I'm talking about with men. Stop trying to act like, that you got it all together, because you don't learn like that. You don't grow like that. Then when somebody posts a video, or somebody, a man starts telling us, the game, or telling us what's really going on, women are coming with that beg to differ spirit. Like, nah, I don't agree with that. I don't think you right on that. And it's like, just listen. That's the problem right there. We be talking too much. I had to admit that to myself, that Toya, you be talking too much. You need to be quiet, and you need to listen. Listen to what this man has to say. Listen to the man that you on a date with, or the man that's in your house with you, that should be your husband. Listen to what he has to say. Listen to him. And so we got to shift in this season. Queens, we got to shift. There's got to be a shift that's got to take place. And part of this shift is, taking in the game when it's being given to you by a man, because men ain't just telling you the game. And 9 times out of 10, the man that you with ain't telling you the game. He ain't telling you what he really want to tell you. He telling you lies to save face with you, or he telling you lies to keep the door open with you, or he telling you lies because he don't want to tell you the truth and really hurt your feelings. And then you get mad and you get offensive when another man comes, like a relationship coach comes on a video and actually starts telling you the truth. You feel some type of way. But the Bible says you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. But one thing I learned about the truth is, before it make you free, it make you angry. It make you angry at first now. So when you get mad, it convicts you. And then after that is when it makes you free. That's when it sets you free. But you 9 times out of 10, you could tell when you done heard the truth, because it make you mad at first. And then that's when people come with that beg to differ spirit. But see, first of all, we got to get past that and be willing to receive the game when a man is willing to give it to us. Because the man that you with ain't going to give it to you. He ain't going to tell you the truth. He's not going to be 100% honest with you, because he don't want to hurt your feelings. So listen to a man when he's giving you the game. You know, if he's credible, listen to him. And, you know, bind that beg to differ spirit, because it ain't going to serve you in this season. And the second thing, which is going back to what was my main topic, is you got to love who loves you. A lot of times we look over people, and the Lord gave me a revelation of this, and I thought about it. I said, well, God, you know, have I looked over? I told God, I said, show me who I looked over. Bring it back to my memory. Bring it back to my mind. Who, you know, and if you're a single queen, then I want to encourage you to do this too. Say this prayer and just talk to God and ask God, like, who have I been looking over? Who has been, you know, trying to pursue me or trying to get my attention, but in my mind, he's just not the one I want, and he just, you know, ain't the one for me. Or that's what you done told yourself in your mind, that he ain't the one, and you don't want him, or for whatever reason. Maybe he's too short, or I don't know, maybe he ain't got enough hair, maybe he too bald, or I don't know, maybe maybe his stomach is too big, or whatever. Whatever it is you say, why your deal breaker is for being with a man. So ask God to show you, reveal to you, to open up your spiritual eyes, and not just your physical eyes, but to open up your spiritual eyes and help you to see what you've been looking over, because you have probably already come in contact with your husband. You have probably already, chances are you done already came in contact with your Boaz. But see, this is the thing. Instead of you going for the Boaz, he wasn't packaged the way you wanted him to be packaged. And so that's what the Lord revealed to me. A lot of women are going with Ishmael. They going with Ishmael. Ishmael is not the promise. Ishmael was not the promise. Ishmael represents something that you just went and got on your own because you couldn't wait on God. You could not wait on God. And that's how Ishmael ended up coming about. And being so preoccupied, being so caught up with Ishmael, you missing Boaz. And Boaz is right there in front of your face. But he's not packaged the way you think he should be packaged. So where you at, you over here with Ishmael, you over here with Mr. Tall, Dark, and Handsome with a head full of hair. But he broke, busted, and disgusted. His spirit is just a mess, and his mind is in the trash. His mind is in the gutter. He looking at and meditating on this filthy stuff, this evil stuff, and he treat women like they're disposable, and he just has no sense of integrity. He don't respect you. He talk to you any kind of way, but he's everything that you physically want. And then it's just something about when somebody don't want somebody, it make them want them even more. It's like forbidden fruit or something. Like when somebody don't want you, it make you want them even more. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know. It's just a wonder to my soul. I don't understand it, Lord. Why is it that the majority of people want who does not want them? But see, once we come out of that broken consciousness, I know what it is. It's a broken consciousness. It's programming that has been put into us by the adversary. And so once we deprogram ourselves and we come out of the thinking of the world, as the Bible says, be not conformed to this world. But once we be transformed by the renewing of our minds, it is then as queens that we'll be able to see people from the inside out and not from the outside. You know, the outside is important, but it won't be the deciding factor for you. It'll be what his spirit looks like, what his heart looks like, what his character looks like. And you have to love who love you. For some reason, as women, the man that truly loves you, you just don't, he just don't do it for you. Or maybe you just don't find him attractive, or whatever, like I say, whatever reason, you done made it up in your mind that he's just it's just too many things about him that disqualify him, and you looking all past him. But he ready to love your socks off, and you just looking all past him. And what you don't realize is the treatment that you giving to him is the same treatment that the man you want is giving to you. Boom. Boom. Drops mic. Let me repeat that. The same treatment that you giving to this man that's ready to love your socks off, but he ain't tall enough for you. He ain't got enough money for you. He ain't got enough swag for you. He don't know how to dress well enough for you. He ain't got the right cologne for you. Whatever reason, whatever materialistic reason you looking past this man. And that treatment that you giving him, he call you, you don't even be answering your phone. You like, who is this? Who is this? I do not want to talk to him. Ugh. Girl, yes, he calling me again. I do not want to talk to him. Oh my goodness. Who? And he texting me too. I do not want to talk to you. And then every time your phone go off, you running to see if it's Ishmael. You running to see if it's the other one. But it ain't him. It ain't him. Why? Because he off tending to him another prospect. He off trying to lock somebody else in. He off trying to sink his teeth in something else. And so you the furthest thing from his mind. He all over your mind, but you the furthest thing from his mind. Why? Because he know he ain't got to pursue you. He already got you on lock. And so you looking all past the man that's truly for you because you have not shifted your thinking and renewed your mindset and learned that you got to love who loves you. The women who are happy in marriage are the women that have learned to love who loves them. Because I can guarantee you every woman that is married, that is happily married to a man that treats her like a queen today, there was some man before that man came along that passed up that woman and he did not want that woman. He may have just said, I just don't want her. She just don't do it for me. She just ain't committed. But he probably didn't tell her that now. As Tony was saying, he probably was letting her think, oh, I'm intimidated by you. And what Tony was saying with that, it was a harsh reality that I had to accept because I'm honest enough to say that I was one of those women that was saying that, okay, well, evidently he must be intimidated by me. But as Tony say, point blank, period, he just don't want you. And it's like, it's hard to accept that, but you have to accept that. Like, it ain't got nothing to do with what you got. And the more he explained that, the more it just really clicked for me. It really clicked for me that it ain't got nothing to do with what you got. Don't matter about your degrees. Don't matter about the fact that you're an entrepreneur, that you're a businesswoman. It don't matter that you're a minister, that you're a preacher, that you preaching the word of God. It don't matter. This man will not care what you do. He will not care what you do. You could be in the Senate. You could be in the House of Representatives. You could have a seat in the government. You could be royalty, for God's sake. Like, you could be royalty. You could be next in line for the throne as the Queen of England. And he will not be intimidated by you if he wants you. So he'll let you think that, though. And he'll give you that impression and let you think that if that's what's going to make you feel okay about it and make you feel better, because at the end of the day, he doesn't want to hurt your feelings. He don't want to be the one. I'm telling you, a man don't want to be the man, even if he's a grown boy. He don't want to be the man that hurt your feelings. He don't want to be the man that make you cry and hurt your feelings, because he know when he tell you the real truth that he will have zero chances of ever getting back with you or ever linking back up with you. He know if he be 100% brutally honest with you and tell you the bare truth, he know he just burned that bridge with you and it ain't gonna be no coming back. And so he want to keep that door open just in case he don't find what he looking for. He want to have that option to be able to come back. And so he'll say other things to you. He'll never say, I just don't want you. He'll never say that. But you got to have enough common sense, and you got to have enough sense of your worth and your value to hear him. You got to be able to read between the lines. When he giving you 99 excuses about why he can't commit and why he can't be in a relationship with you or why y'all can't take it to the next level, you got to be able to read between the lines and say, oh, okay, he just don't want me. I just ain't the woman for him. I'm not the woman, because if I was the woman for him, if he wanted me, none of this stuff he talking about would even matter. He wouldn't have to get no finances together. We'll be working on getting the finances together in a relationship. And that's the way you got to think about it. If he really wanted you, it wouldn't matter about his finances. It wouldn't matter. He'll live in a hut with you. If he really wanted you, he'll live on an island with you. He'll be walking. Y'all might not even have no car. He'll walk everywhere with you. If he wants you, none of that stuff matters. None of that materialistic stuff, it doesn't matter whether you have it or you don't have it. And so as queens, we have to know, we have to understand to love who loves us. When we figure out how to love who loves us, we're going to save ourselves a whole lot of trouble. You will save yourself a whole lot of trouble, a whole lot of heartache when you learn how to just go with the man. And he ain't got to be but ugly, okay? He does not have to be but ugly, but he will not be. I'm telling you, if you want a man with a good heart, he is not going to be every single physical he's not going to have every single physical trait that you would like for him to have. You're not going to be able to check off every single physical trait on your list. And you still want him to have a good heart, a good spirit, a spirit of good character, integrity, to be in his purpose, to have a vision for his life. And you want him to be tall, dark, and handsome with a 6-pack and a head full of hair and pretty skin and pretty teeth and smell good. Like, come on, you're going to have to compromise. You're going to have to being on something, because a lot of that stuff is preferences. Now, you never being on your standards and your boundaries, but your preferences, that's not important. That's not important. Okay. So understand that there's a shift in the mindset that has to take place so you can be able to start loving who loves you, because you don't want to spend the rest of your life loving a man that can't give you that same love or more back. You don't want to spend the rest of your life taking care of a man, doing for a man that can't give you that same care back or more. He can't, he could, but he chooses not to. He chooses not to. So you want to be with the person that loves you, not the person that you love and that you chasing and you trying to be with for whatever reason. Because you got to think about it. Why do you even want that person? That person that you just so in love with, why are you so in love with them? What is it about them? Because 9 times out of 10, it'd be something materialistic. It'd be something. If it's something materialistic, then you just you gotta learn how to shift your mind. You gotta come out of that thinking of thinking, okay, well, this is the type of man that I want. Because you can't be wanting that type of man. You can't just be so fixed on that and say, this is the type of man I want. Because how you know that type of man wants you? And see, this is the harsh reality that we as women have to start accepting. And we got to learn how to want who wants us. And if you want to be able to attract a certain man, then you got to become that type of woman that he likes. And another thing that I hear Tony say all the time is you have to evaluate how you show up in the world. That really hit home for me, because, see, you got to understand that the image that you see in the mirror is not what that man sees. To you, you might think you a great catch. You might think you fine as wine. And you might think you just so beautiful and you this and you that. And that's great that you feel that and you know that and you operate from that sense of confidence and self-love. But if you're not his type, you can want him all you want. It ain't gonna go down. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen in your favor. Now, he may still entertain you or roll around with you, because if you insist on being there, then he'll make some room for you here and there. But if you want the real deal, Holyfield, if you want the real thing, you want real love, you're going to have to learn how to want who wants you. And you're going to have to learn how to love who loves you. And I'm going to tell you something else about love. This is a whole nother episode. This will be on the next episode. But I'm going to drop a little bit on y'all in this one. Love is blind. Y'all remember that song by Eve, Love is Blind, and it will take over your mind. What you think is love is surely not. You need to elevate and find. That's one of the realest songs I ever heard before in my life. And I'll never forget that song, because it's so true. Love will blind you. You'll be so in love with a person that you can't see the obvious. You can't see the evidence that everybody else can see, but you can't see it because that love be done blinded you. So you got to wake up, get your sight back, get your vision back, so you be able to see. And when you wake up and you start looking, you see that the love that you've been giving this man, he not giving you the same love. He's not reciprocating. It ain't no reciprocity there. He ain't giving you back the same thing. And if he ain't giving you back what you giving out, you got to go. You got to go find somebody that going to give you back what you've been giving out and give you more. because it is my theory. It is my philosophy. Now, I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this, but it is my philosophy that a man should love you, even if it's just a little bit more, from just a little bit more to a whole lot more. But it needs to be more. I believe that the man should love the woman more than she loves him. I'm just saying. And not necessarily love him. Not necessarily he should love her more than she loves him. Like she doesn't really love him like that. No, she loves him. She really does. But the Bible says that the woman is the weaker vessel. Doesn't mean that she's weaker in strength, but she's the feminine vessel. So the love that she has for him is not the type of love that leads. It's not the type of love that's on the front line. It's the type of love that stands beside him, supports him, builds with him, dominates with him. But she doesn't have the type of love. She should not have the type of love to where she got to stand on the front line and defend the relationship and drive the momentum of the relationship. He's got to do that. And in order for him to do that, he's got to love her more. His love has to be greater. It has to be stronger. It has to be bigger because he's the one that's on the front line for the family. He's the foundation. He's the one that everything is built on. He's the head. So his love has to be great. He has to love her more because she becomes his responsibility. Now, she should not lose her sense of independence. She should not lose her sense of responsibility. I do not believe that at all. But what I'm saying is the two become one. But the Bible clearly says that he should love his wife as Christ loved the church. That a man should love his wife as Christ loved the church. And Christ gave his life for the church. Gave his life for the church. And that woman should submit. She should submit to that. To a God-fearing man. Submit to that. Stand beside him, support him, and rule and dominate with him. But in order for it to work, I'm just saying, I believe this, that the man has got to love her a little bit more than she loves him. If she got all the love and he just following, that ain't gonna work. That is not gonna work. If she got more love for him than he got for her, that's not gonna work. Some people gonna disagree with me on that. That's fine. Just respectfully disagree. But I'm just saying he gotta love her a little bit more in order for it to work. So as queens, I know I said a lot in this episode, but the main thing that I want you to get from this, play it a couple times if you need to, get it in your spirit. The main thing that I want you to get from this is to love who loves you. Don't let your love for somebody else, don't let your love for the wrong one blind you to where you can't see who is truly there for you and who truly wants to be there for you. What man truly wants to be there and support you and love you and be your Boaz, because you're blinded by your love for Ishmael. You're blinded by your love for something that you went out and created, that you went out and grabbed a quick fix to a problem that you didn't have the faith and the patience to wait on God to solve. Okay, so love who loves you, and it's going to save you a whole lot of trouble, and you're going to see how it changes your life. So I love you guys so much. Again, don't forget to go to my website, LATOYA'S.com, and book your one-on-one session today. Sign up for the promo package, get your merchandise, buy your books. You can also read my blog. I have a blog there for you. Listen to more episodes on the podcast. Subscribe to whatever podcast platform you listen from. Also, if you're listening on iTunes, make sure you leave me a rating on iTunes. If you purchase one of the books, make sure you leave a review on Amazon for that as well. I appreciate all of the support. I appreciate you guys listening to the episodes, watching the YouTube videos. I love y'all so much. And you know what I always tell you, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. With God, all things are possible. I am LATOYA Okia, your life coach and your motivational speaker, and I will check in with y'all next time.